Yo guys, what's going on? It's Archon Gaming back with another video, and today this is going to be more of a lengthy video because I want to go in depth for what dropped yesterday in the update 1.10 and what specifically dropped within the Operation Lion Strike DLC. So yeah, I'm going to go through basically every category and see what has been added to the game. And there has been some pretty major things that have been added, so let's go ahead and go to the depot. So first you can see there's an exclusive event supply drop. It's called Shamrock and Awe, and so it contains 2 Lion Strike items and 1 Shamrock and Awe item. Basically the Shamrock and Awe items are St. Patrick's Day themed items. And this supply drop guarantees 1 rare item or better, and you have an increased chance of legendary and epic items. And it also includes bonus parts, which I'm pretty sure are salvage. So, and you also, if you sign in every week before, once a week, every week before April 1st, you'll get a free Shamrock and Awe supply drop. So if you log in now, you can get your free supply drop, which is pretty nice. I got mine earlier today. Didn't get anything too special, but it was still pretty cool. So anyways, let's go into the collections and check what's new. So first, I want to go into the Shamrock and Awe category and check what's new. So here is a Shamrock and Awe character called Bounty. There is a Leprechaun melee weapon, which is basically like a staff, which is pretty sweet. But you know, it's a melee weapon, so whatever. There's an Irish camo that you need to get, which is actually pretty dope in my opinion. I really like the way it looks. The green and gold is cool. I don't even want to try to pronounce that calling card. Then there's a Verdant combat uniform, which is, you know, it's alright. It's nothing special. Then there is a Windfall reticle, which, I don't know. I don't really care for reticles, so whatever. Then there's a Fortune emblem, and finally a Prosperity weapon camo, which is actually pretty cool. I don't mind that at all. Okay, so up next we have the character called Luck, and he looks like the regular version that is in the common characters. But he looks like a St. Patrick's Day themed, like reskinned version of that character. So to get him, you're going to need the Shamrock Blade, which is like a St. Patrick's Day themed knife, which is pretty cool. You're going to need the Good Luck camo, which, you know, it's an alright looking camo, but I really like the gold hints that are in there. I think that makes it look a lot better. Then you're going to need the Origins patch, which is obviously a Made in Ireland, you know, St. Patrick's Day themed patch. Um, then you're going to need the Tarmac calling card, the Clover reticle, which is and then you're going to need the Limerick combat uniform. Next, you have your Pot of Gold, and basically this is just all St. Patrick's Day themed calling cards, so it's nothing special. I don't know anyone that would spend 2,600 salvage to get a calling card, but you know, do as you will. If you the type of person to do that, go for it. So anyways, that's all for the Shamrock and Awe collection. And yeah, so now let's get into the Operation Lion Strike collection. Okay, so up first it is the Amoeba collection, I guess. So these, I'm just gonna call all these collections. So there's 41 total, so that's a lot of stuff in there. And the main ones were the D25S sniper rifle, the what was it, the PKM, which was a light machine gun, and the Mac 10, which is a submachine gun. These are 3 weapons that were added, and this is primarily the main, you know, like the main hype for all of this. So we have that. Then we have the Mac 10 collection, and that seems like a cool gun. I think it was Black Ops 1 that had it in that game, and that was really fun to use. So I really like that gun. Hopefully, if I unlock it in the near future, hopefully that will be just as good as I remember. And finally, I think I went past it. The PKM, yeah. The PKM light machine gun looks pretty cool. I mean, even if you don't like weapons being added to this game, it's still pretty cool. The weapons still look cool. So, anyways, first up on the collection, we have the Amoeba Collection. So to get that, you're going to need the Capsules camo, which looks pretty dope, the Ciliate camo, the Blurred camo, Satine camo, Blotch, Cell, and then finally, to finish off the category, the Protozoa camo. None of these camos are really that cool. Besides, I'd have to say like Ciliate and Capsules are probably my favorite out of the collection. Okay, so up next we have the Angle reticle, and to get that you need the Diamond Hash reticle, Parallax reticle, Framed reticle, Quad, 4-arrow corners, and the Up reticle. Uh, Again, I don't know why anyone would buy reticles, but if that's your thing, go for it. Uh, Personally, I wouldn't, but whatever. Some of them are okay, but none of them are great enough for me to buy them. Next is the Avalanche collection, and I don't know why this collection is. It's a black and white camo, so I don't understand why it's so expensive. So the Torrent, you need the Torrent combat uniform, Frosty character. You need the Crystals camo. Uh, this camo is actually not bad in my opinion because right now I live in the Northeast, so we are getting swamped with snow right now. So it kind of is fitting for me, but otherwise there's no way I'd buy this camo. Then you need the Hightail calling card, the Daring emblem, and finally the Flake reticle just to get the Avalanche collection. Um, so up next, we got the Bent collection. So to get that, you need the Ellipsis, Tunnel, Spaceman, Wishbone, Curve, Dusk, and Split Circle reticles. And that's just to get another reticle. Again, I don't know why you'd want them or to buy them, but whatever. Next is the Boss Weapon Kit collection, and that is dope. I really like this weapon kit. I think it looks really, really cool, and it's probably one of my favorite weapon kits for the pistols. So yeah, to get this, you need the Thug melee weapon, which is pretty cool, but it's a melee weapon. They're all the same. Uh, then you're going to need the Queen character. You're going to need the Litho camo, which, it's kind of basic, but it's got hints of gold, which makes it pop out. So, I don't mind the camo too much. Then you're going to need the Rosette. I want to say the Rosette emblem. Yep. Then you're going to need Honcho calling card, and finally the Motive combat uniform. My bad. Next is the Chalk collection. So to get that weapon kit, I don't really care for this weapon kit. It's not bad, but the shade of blue, it's just not my style. So I can't see myself getting this weapon kit. Buying it or spending salvage on it. So to get that, you need the Blacktop calling card, the Tally sniper rifle camo, which I don't mind, but it's like it screams zombies to me. So I don't know why they didn't do the black with red tallies on the camo. It seemed more fitting in that colorway, not a green and white. But whatever. So then you are going to need the Frill combat uniform, outline reticle, and I actually don't mind this. I kind of like the dead body outline. I actually like that. And then you're going to need the Dust character and Scrawl emblem. Next up is the Challenger collection, and man, does this weapon kit make the guns look weird. I don't know. I just can't get behind what it does to this gun. It just makes it look futuristic, and I just can't do it. It like adds this really weird like barrel to it, and then this gun I can't even handle. It's like they got rid of the upper rail for some damn reason. Makes no sense to me, but whatever. So, anyways, to get that, you will need the pigeon character, uh, followed by the glitter camo, uh, which, it doesn't look too bad, but the preview for this, it just kind of sucks. It doesn't show it off to the best of its ability. I feel like if you had it in a light setting and light was hitting it just right, it would look really dope. But that's just me. So, moving on from that, you're going to need the Vine's combat uniform, the Defiance emblem, emulsion calling card, and finally, you're going to need the Ultimatum reticle. Moving on, the Claymore Collection. It's all for an emblem, so you're going to need the daggers, Knighted Broad, Fel Shion, Scimitar, I think that's how you pronounce it. Then you're going to need the bronzed, and finally the wooden emblem. Again, I don't know why you'd be buying emblems, but it's there if you want it. Finally, we get to one of the interesting collections, the D25S sniper rifle, semi-automatic, pretty damn powerful in my opinion, and it looks dope as hell. Whether you like the guns being in this game or not, like the DLC guns, you gotta admit, these guns look pretty damn good, appearance-wise. So, yeah. So, to get this sniper rifle, you're going to have to spend a lot of salvage, the same as any other gun, really. But, it's a lot in my opinion, especially if you're not buying, salvage. But you're going to need the Furrow, Loyalty, Graze, Scratch camo, Inhale reticle, and finally the Turtle Shell combat uniform. And, and then you'll get your gun. So, next is the DK collection, and I really like this camo. I think it looks dope. So first you're going to need the Spoil camo, which kind of looks like the capsule camo that I showed you guys earlier. Following that, you're going to need the Putrid camo, which kind of looks like vomit. You're going to need the Corrode camo, Ruin camo, Crumble camo, Erode camo, and Rot. So, none of these camos really strike me as too interesting. The only one I can really see myself enjoying or using is the DK camo. Next is an Emoji Collection, which is really damn stupid in my opinion. It just seems like this game is just being created for little kids now, like little kids that are obsessed with emojis or whatever. So obviously they're inspired by the Call of Duty campaign characters, but still, if you're going to buy, like, I can't even see people buying emblems, but let alone emoji emblems. Anyways, next up we have the etched category. So to get that, you need the Fancy Pants camo, the Scoreboard camo, Damascus camo, the, that's not too bad, the Weave camo, Hash camo, Polygons, and finally the Shingle camo. Next is the Evolution collection. So to get that, you're going to need the Subterranean calling card, Conversion calling card, Aquarium, Deviation, Transformation, Mutation, and finally Transfiguration calling card. Moving on, the Ex Libre, I think that's how you pronounce it, category. It is a camo for the light machine guns. It's not too nice, but it's kind of shiny, so I guess that makes it better. You're going to need the Laurels camo, the Capillary camo, which is dope as shit. I love this camo. It looks so sweet. I love the blue and gold. And the Frozen Veins camo you'll need, the Volume camo, Brushwood camo, Codex, and finally the Thicket camo. All of them suck except that blue and gold camo. So next is a weapon kit called Frag, the Frag Collection. You're going to need Cutthroat, Remnant, Residual, Technician, Crime Scene, and the Smudge camo. Moving on from that, the Gung Ho emblem. You're going to need the Ensign emblem, Squadron emblem, Lost emblem, Testament unit, Knot, and Shake emblem. Ironsmith collection. You're going to need Stoked reticle, Ironsmith, Spalpeen, I think it's pronounced like that, Forge, Grasp, Sweater, Blowhard, and Nailed. The Killshot Collection. This is actually a really dope weapon kit. I think it makes the snipers look really cool. So to get that, you're going to need the killer character, the focal point, reticle, poison, riddled, shrouded, split. Next is the kingpin. It's a weapon kit, and that also looks pretty sweet for the submachine guns. Probably my favorite weapon kit for that category. Looked really dope. You're going to need the brain pan camo, resilient combat uniform, cook character, calling card, harbinger, I think it's pronounced. You're going to need the hooligan emblem and the stogie reticle. Moving on from that, one of another 3 guns, the MAC-10 submachine gun. So you're going to need the gold circuit camo, the banknote, beastly consequences, cobalt target, and finally the Diaz character. Now for the Mastercraft Collection. So going into that, it's a weapon kit. I don't really care for it, but you need the Chunks uniform, Burl character, spur wheel, constructed insignia, and rugged. Moving on to the mechanic, you're going to need the maintenance calling card, the ratchet combat uniform, piston emblem, turbine character, the cogwheel camo, and finally the open-ended reticle. Next is the Minerva. You're going to need the Gold Road camo. I don't mind this camo, the Minerva camo. It looks nice. The Gold Road camo, that also looks pretty sweet. The Penta camo, Calculation camo, Fracture camo, and then, which I have, is it's okay. It's not that good. The Mosaic camo, Patchwork, and finally the Tessellation camo. Moving on, the Noob Tuber. So this is a weapon kit, and it's kind of basic and it's not that great. I don't really care for it. But to get that, you are going to need the launcher, calling card, the noob character, which I unfortunately have. You're gonna need, following that, the boom reticle, the soak combat uniform, boxed emblem, and splatter camo. Next is the PKM light machine gun, another one, or the final of the 3 weapons. You're going to need the casings, indefinite combat uniform, the apex cavity, adept emblem, and proficient calling card. Next is the Pigpen collection. You're going to, I think they accurately portrayed what a pigpen looks, like what it would look on a gun. I think they actually did a good job. But I don't really care for the camo. I just think they did a good job with it, at least. So to get that, you are going to need the tarnish camo, the sludge character, blotched razorback, hog, and infection reticle. Up next is the progress emblem. You're going to need the airspace emblem, the auto emblem, fletching, metal age, revolver, boned, and the flint emblem. Okay, so next is the Reactive Collection. It's a weapon kit. You're going to need the Backlash character, the network, you're going to need the network camo, automatic, synapse, device, and neuro reticle. The Reptile Collection, you're going to need Gila plated, encrusted lizard, Aereo, electroplate, and Hamada. Next is the Revolution calling card. You're going to need parry, encounter, heave, model of, swing batter, exhaust, and the Strife calling card. Next up is the Samurai, a new melee weapon added into the game. To get that, you're going to need the Fossil character camo, the Ancient camo, the Mask emblem, Mori character, the Ambush, the Ambush calling card, and the Clash reticle. Next is the Squad Leader collection. You're going to need the Flight, Solo, Anchored, Granada Skewer, Ease, and Starfield emblem. Next up is the Standoff collection. You're going to need the Draw calling card, CQB, Fury, Stalemate, Thump, Ruthless, and the Savage calling card. Alright, next up we got the Titanium collection. You're going to need the Cubed camo, the Canine calling card, Compound emblem, the Slab, I want to say that is a character, yep. Hexahedron reticle, and the Ore combat uniform. Next up is the Trooper calling card. You're going to need the Initiate Jungle, Cavalry, Covert, Zulu, Cherokee, and finally the Infantry calling card. The Ultraviolet Collection, it's an okay camo. You're gonna need the Iridescent Combat Uniform, Shimmer Reticle, Dire Character, the Radiant Emblem, the Dance Floor calling card, and finally This Way camo. Next up is the Venom Collection. You're going to need the Spray Rattle. It's a weapon kit. You're going to need the Spray calling card, Rattle camo, the Cobra Reticle, the Python Combat Uniform, the Adder character, and the Copperhead Emblem. Alright, next up we got the Vortex Reticle, so you're going to need the Centrifugal, Screw, Frappe, Sucker, Drained, Hack, and the Motorboat Reticle. Next up is the Warface Emblem. You're going to need the Penguino, Wallflower, Fox, Melon, Naughty, Kitty, and the Raccoon Emblem. Next is the War-Torn Collection. You're going to need the Gash Camo. I don't really care for this weapon kit, but whatever. So you're going to need the Gash Camo, the Crosshairs, calling card, Fray Combat Uniform, Hazard Reticle, and the Remembrance Emblem, and the Stitches character. For the final collection is the Wicked Collection. So to get this emblem, you're going to need the Dollface calling card, my bad. You're going to need the Boil and Toil calling card, Candy Thief, Closet Beast, Vile Pumpkin, and Forgotten Forest, and the Supernatural calling card. Anyways, guys, that's all for the DLC that was included in the Operation Lion Strike and Shamrock and All collections that were added in through the 1.10 update to Modern Warfare Remastered. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely be sure to like the video, share, and subscribe to the channel for more, gaming content and more content in general. Anyways, guys, I'm Archon Gaming, signing off. Peace.